G'day everybody and welcome back. First up, apologies there hasn't been much video feed lately. There's a lot going on. Secondly, the Mazda is basically ready for a rego check. But before I show you the outside and the inside and talk about what's happened, here's a quick look at what we got when we picked it up. So Mazda B2600 petrol, 2.6 litre, also known as a Ford Courier in Australia. Not registered, hasn't been registered for a couple of years, and has been sitting. I am going to give it a soak in truck wash in a minute, and when we drive home it can just soak. There's a little bit of painting required on the back door. There's two of these in the back, one for each side. It's got a tow bar, happy days. I needed one of those. I'll probably end up cutting this off because it's bent on both sides. Don't need that, just need the bit in the middle. It's got the flares, everybody loves flares. It's got weeds and dirt growing on the inside, and it has the traditional Australian piece of wire for an antenna. That's now gone. So yeah, it's not fantastic to look at, but neither was Cinderella till the ball. And it's definitely not fantastic to look at on the inside. It's got treasure galore, which is fine. It's got a sticky pine tree, that's good. Everyone loves a tree. Everything can be cleaned. And seat covers removed and dog hair vacuumed, and yeah, there's all sorts of treasure. So some will love it, some will hate it. That's fine. Didn't buy it to be loved, I bought it for a purpose, and it's to run out to the farm. It's even got some weeds, and it's done 251,500 kilometres, and it has spiders, treasure, beer bottles. Comes with a whole boot full of beer bottles. They're all worth 10 cents, so I might get a bit of money back. So this is a... no, it'll be under the bonnet. Let's have a quick sticky under the bonnet. So there you go. Comes with a battery. That's $150. And spiders and tree limbs and stuff. So it's a Mazda B2600 series, and it was made in June 1997. So it's got the traditional Mazda 2.6 rocker cover leak. We can fix that. It's injected, air conditioning, power steering, happy days. The grille does what most utes grills do and is going to fall out. Now, the first job I have to do is this one. Thank you, Mr. Mortine, for supplying enough roach bombs to kill all the spiders. So I'll mix up some truck wash and I'll give it a spray, and we'll let it soak all the way home. It's about a 4-hour run that way. It's up and down. I'm not tremendously happy with how it's tied on, but I don't have a lot of tie down points at the back of the trailer, so we'll roll for a while, we'll check it, and we'll see what happens. That's not falling off, that's not going anywhere. All right, truck wash time. So the easiest thing to see, apart from the dog running around, is that it's much cleaner on the outside. And that didn't take a lot, only 5 baths in truck wash and numerous scrubbing attempts. And it's going to get another one because, well, all the cleaning's put a little layer of schmutz on the outside. So here's what we've done. The back tyres on the front, There are 2 new back tyres. I was lucky enough to be able to pick up 2 the same and get them all cleaned up. I still have to do a bit of work on the wheels, which are proving to be quite challenging to get clean, but we're getting there. What else? Reattach the front bumper, which isn't exactly perfect yet, and zip tied the grilling. From a bonnet perspective, or under the bonnet perspective, a lot of these clamps were all in the wrong places, so we've had to do some clamp tidy up, battery tie down. It's not the right battery, but it's the one we've got at the moment. I will get a better one. The positives and the negatives are supposed to be on the other side, and there's some cable work to tidy up that's still floating around as a result. The air conditioner does need regassing. It is blowing cold, but it's not super cold. And we also had to reroute the spark plug leads because we found that the timing was out by 1 whole cog on the distributor. So the distributor had to come out and go back in, and now it's running pretty well. We still have the whistle, which is coming from somewhere over there that we haven't worked out yet, but that won't stop it getting rego. Other than that, underneath, we had to bleed the clutch and give it a good bath, and that's about it. Air cleaner was good, all the hoses were good. These fittings were all loose here and here. This one needed a bit of electrical fix. I have to get another pipe. They're a little hard to find in that configuration. But under the bonnet came up particularly well. Reattach the bumper on this side. Now the torsion bars, if you look in the first video, I don't know if you'll pick it, but there's a little bit of a left hand side was down lower than the front hand side, or the right hand side. So I've put 2 turns into the torsion bar on this side and 9 turns into the torsion bar on the other side, and we'll keep an eye on that. We did put a replacement mirror on, new for old, and while we were going on one side, we also did the other side. Look at that funny guy in the mirror. Good wash, so we're still getting dirt out of this spot here. So there's still dirt coming from down the front. And what else do we do? Spring shackles. So you can't quite see them. There's one there and one down the bottom there. Look at those meaty tyres. So we did spring shackle rubbers on the back. Took the tow bar off because it was bent. 2 new number plate lights because they weren't working. Some white paint to get rid of the ugly back tailgate. Now, it's still ugly, don't get me wrong, but at least it doesn't have a McDonald's shaped black bird in it. Replaced both the back tail lights with some better second-hand ones, and we're still hosing the mud out from underneath. Overall, probably 4 or 5 out of 10 for paint work. I can't find another one of these little plastic jiggers. It can stay there. Paint on the roof's not too bad, but not great. I mean, the outside's not great. And I don't have an antenna yet because they're like $75, and I can plug a USB in and that's all that matters. So that's the outside. The outside was pretty good. On the road, when it goes for roadworthy, they'll be looking at front end play, so I might have to do some rubbers in the front end yet. They'll be looking at condition, noise. We do have an exhaust pipe rattle underneath. Not really worried about that. It's not overly loud, it's just a rattle. And of course we did clean the tray out, which took some doing. Here's my cleaning rag. Oh, and we put a new tailgate handle on, so the back door used to work and now it doesn't. Nothing like it going wrong on live TV. I would say that the mechanism is jammed behind this because this panel's been pushed in, so I think I'm going to have to take the cover off the tailgate. Not that I use it a lot. So that's the outside. So I'll just go and turn a hose off out the back in the block next door that someone keeps turning on. I'll turn it off and I'll come back and show you the inside. So the whistle's still there. It comes down here somewhere. Not very worried about it. Got all the oil and schmucks off as well, but it's running really well and it drives pretty well as well. Alright, so the big winner is the inside. I didn't end up taking the insides completely out because I had some issues with some of these screws, and rather than risk not being able to get them back in, because this is a 30-year-old farm ute, I just left it, and we just sucked and vacuumed our way. Fixed some loose clips on the bottom, so pulled the door trim off, fixed the clips, put them back on. Like I said, new mirror on this side, new mirror way over there. Did some work on the seats, and the stains are getting better, but I'm going to be sitting in this car when I'm filthy dirty, so that's fine. And of course, wiped, polished, cleaned, armour oiled, new steering wheel, new control stalk for the indicators and the windscreen wipers because the old one was busted. Wiped all the seat belts, cleaned all the clickers, de-haired the majority of the back seat. I'm still getting a lot of dog hair out of it. I still have to get the forwards and backwards on the backrest mechanism to loosen up. Haven't quite fixed that one yet. Cleaned up all around the inside, and I don't think this is the right back seat for the car, but it fits, so we'll see how it goes with rego. Come around the other side. So the door's all cleaned up well. I found one of the ashtrays, not that we need them. Cleaned up the inside. I'm still getting black scunge every time I wipe under the seat, so that's a work in progress. Cleaned the back windows, got the mould off the roof, got the interior light to work, which was a big surprise. Still working on the dirt and the dust in these little grills. That's a slow process. There's the other new mirror. Cleaned up this seat, and it's still getting clean. And polished it all up. It's looking pretty schmick. Took the gears cover boot and the stick off, took the stereo out, wiped all the scunge under there, found a baggie of what we'll call not legal substances and disposed of those. Like I said, the air conditioner does work, but it's just not very cold. It's cool, not cold, so we'll get that sorted, and we're slowly getting rid of the smell, and the roof looks pretty good. So the next step, well, let's talk about it. So what is the next step for this car? It's a farm ute. It was bought to be a farm ute. It's got a sexy steering wheel to be a farm ute, and it's to run in and out to get to the farm and back. Funnily enough, it's a farm ute. It's 26-7 years old. It's going to rattle and squeak. It's still got to get through rego. I'm probably going to end up taking the back seat out and making that a toolbox storage space for some stuff that I want to keep secure. I can plug a USB in to play tunes, so I'm not worried about the antenna. And that's about it. When I get it rego checked, we'll take it for a hoon, we'll take it for a drive, we'll check out this wheel. I mean, even the horn works, which it didn't before. So I'm pretty happy. Total cost. A few people asked what it cost. The ute, $1,200. The Australian, so about $7.50 US. The trailer to pick it up cost $150. I've put $30 worth of fuel in it, about $100 worth of various cleaning substances and liquids, and there's something I've forgotten. Oh, the tyres. So 2 mirrors, $50. 2 tyres, $290. And the rego check's $110. So all up, it's going to be up around that $2,000 before rego, which in Australia isn't too bad. Now, assuming it drives all right and it passes its rego check, this thing will go for as long as I need it to go. It was bought to get out of the new ute, driving in and out on the dirt road, and make that last a bit longer. So there you go. That's the Mazda B2600, affectionately known as Barry. couple of things to remember. If you're going to buy a 1997 Mazda Dual Cab 4x2 2.6 litre petrol ute, it's not a B2600 and it's not a Bravo. It's a homogenation of two. So I've had to buy parts for some of the parts for a B2600, like the mirrors, and some of the suspension stuff was for a Bravo. So check your VIN number, check your model number, check your build date, and ask a lot of questions, because there's nothing worse than having to take stuff back to the post office or put it in the shed for when you buy the next project. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Again, apologies for the feed being a bit relaxed. Daughter got married, visitors, tractors, farming, planting. It's been chaos, but I'm hoping to have everything back up and running on a sort of a once or twice a week basis by the end of October. The Fergie's up and running with a few parts on it. We did that as well. We've still got the chainsaw video to make. We haven't done that. That's how busy it's been. We're planting madly and things are going well. Oh, and I bought a fridge ute. Yeah, didn't see that coming, did you? So the fridge ute's going to be an interesting one, and I've got to buy a fridge unit out of China for it this week, hopefully, and then we'll install that and get that running. But that's on another ute that I bought. I bought 2 utes in a week, and let me tell you, I got myself in some trouble, but it'll be worth it in the long run. So anyway, we're going to go and wash this outside. We'll put a little video up when it's clean and shiny looking, because it looks great, and we'll see you next time. And 813 subscribers, happy days. This will be video number 500, which I know sounds like a lot, but there's a lot of shorts in there. Please like and subscribe, hit the bell and the thumbs up and all that other YouTube stuff. We're going to try and grow this channel a little bit in the next 12 months because, well, why not? So see you next time.